we'll move on to the Knicks, and the Knicks are obviously looking at um, Donovan Mitchell. That's the main thing, but there has been a bit of chatter recently about maybe even moving Randle's contract still. And I wanted to get your thoughts and opinions on that. What extent would you go to move Randle's contract? There's another report here, and this one's by Shams, that does suggest the Knicks could also be interested in Westbrook. But in them bringing in Brunson and Barrett, still being there, and I guess bringing in Mitchell, how would Westbrook mesh with the team? Like, would you trade Randle up for Westbrook, or does that make any sense at all to even do?
So if we were to trade for Westbrook, that would be trading Randle, of course, and that would be trying to just offload Randle, get rid of him. We don't want him, and would be getting nothing in return besides Westbrook. It's not the greatest trade for signing a player to Randle to $30 million a year. He was an all-star last year. You really are selling at his lowest value. It's not a good idea at all, but it's the reason why people are saying potentially that might happen. And there's rumors of Shams and Mark Stein. It's all coming out, and the reason why that's coming out is because the Donovan Mitchell rumors, and saying we're going to get Donovan Mitchell. And you look at Donovan and Julius Randle, they are not going to play well together. That's just they can't play well together. That's just not going to happen. You look at a team of Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Julius Randle. Randle's probably the worst forward to have with Donovan. Randle's not going to play that role as a Gobert and do your pick and rolls and your screens. What Randle wants is the ball in his hand. He wants to be in the post. Yep. It really, when you think of a big man to play with Donovan, he's the worst one. And going back to what you were saying about Westbrook coming to the Knicks, he would get bought out immediately. He wouldn't play a game in New York. It's like you said, we've got Brunson, and he's just not needed. He's the outroar of Knicks fans if we actually trade for Westbrook to actually play him, and if he played a game in a New York Knicks jersey,
it'd be a bit weird.
you wouldn't hear the end of it from Knicks fans. They would not be happy.
Yeah, but in saying that though, wouldn't you try and offer Randle for Mitchell to try and make that happen, or do you think that the Jazz are just not interested in Randle at all? Because they've got no forwards right now. The Jazz, they've got 10 different guards that. Because what I see the Jazz doing, and I think a lot of people are starting to theorize this as well, is they might be setting up to try and do what OKC did a couple years, where they have so many of these veterans and they try and build their trade value up. And in saying that, though, you can do that, but what OKC had going for them is they not only had, the 3 good guards that they could move anytime, Dennis Schroeder, Chris Paul, and there was a couple others here and there, SGA, they of course wanted to keep, but they had forwards and centers, Steven Adams, Danilo Gallinari, those type of players, right? You look at the Jazz, it's just so many guards, Mike Conley, Patrick Beverley, Donovan Mitchell's still on that team, Jordan Clarkson, so many guards right now. Why wouldn't they look at a Julius Randle? Imagine if they could build up Julius Randle's trade value again, or at least just have him as, a player to just even help bring in some people into the seats, because he's going to help win some games. He's going to do that. But yeah, what do you think? Is that a thing that the Jazz look at? Randle as a player they trade for Donovan Mitchell?
So before I get into that, I was going to say, for the people that don't know, I'm a massive Knicks fan. I know literally everything about this. I'm all over this stuff. I love it to death. And pretty much Utah, this is coming from Andy Larson, massive Utah Jazz, what's it called? Works for the Salt Lake Tribune, massive. And he's pretty much came out at the very beginning saying they do not want Randle. They do not want a piece of Randle. They could not think of anything worse.
What?
It's.
I could think of a lot worse if I'm the Utah Jazz.
It sounds like Danny Ainge does not believe in the Randle train, and the big thing is they do not want big contracts. They just want to get some rookie contracts that are on some really, really long contracts. See, that's why they don't want RJ Barrett. They don't want RJ either. That's a big thing. They do not want RJ because they're gonna have to give him a max contract next year. They don't want to do that. They want rookies that have plenty of years and just they do not have to pay them immediately. It's the same thing with Reddish. They don't want Reddish. They're very picky. They want picks. They want picks and picks.
You don't think they want Toppin either?
I've heard Toppin in the rumors. The three main plays I've heard in the rumors are Quentin Grimes. That is by far their favorite piece. That's who they want. They've made it very clear. Obi Toppin and Emmanuel Quickley. They are the three young players I've heard. It's probably going to take at least one of them, maybe two, to do the deal. Do you want to hear what I think the deal will be?
Yeah, give it to us. Let's hear it.
So I think
Fournier better be in this deal, by the way. We got to match up contracts. This works. This is all through NBA trade machine. It works. It's it's fair on both teams. Fair on both teams. You can disagree, but it works. Okay.
So we're talking Quentin Grimes, which he can. Again, he's probably the best rookie out of those three. Not as in skill wise, but I'm meaning surrounding with other players. You put Grimes in any situation, he can work. He can fit around any player. He's a 3-and-D player. He's, seriously, his potential, he looks like a player that could be potentially a $20 million player. For a player being drafted close to the second round, he's a steal the Knicks got, and I reckon they're going to want Grimes. I'm counting Grimes, counting Reddish, even though I don't think they want Reddish, but we're going to do that for cap reasons.
They could always improve his value and then move him on later on through a sign and trade if they wanted.
Exactly right. Spot on. All he needs is just a team that believes in him and will give him some minutes. That's all he needs. But yeah, McBride, Fournier, and then what I think it would be this upcoming year's first round pick, 2025 first round pick, and 2027 first round pick, all unprotected. And then we're probably talking like 2 pick swaps, 3 pick swaps.
I would say they'll probably go 3 just because I think there's going to be a team out there that is going to offer a shit ton of first round picks. But the way that will entice them to go the Knicks way is you guys will have you'll offer up better young players than what the other team probably will. But Jazz have to figure out their guard situation. You can keep all these guards and try and increase their value, but at the end of the day, you're going to be trying to fit Evan Fournier, Mike Conley, Patrick Beverley, Jordan Clarkson, Miles McBride, and there's going to be a couple others that I'm already forgetting. Emmanuel Quickley as well. All of these players you're going to be trying to fit in and give minutes to. And you're going to be seeing nights where Pat Bev is going to be playing 14, 15 minutes. And that's not going to increase his value at all. So they're going to have to figure out what they're going to do with their guard situation right now. Because they've probably got, right now, 8 guards on the roster or something. Do that Knicks trade, and you're probably going to add even more to that. And you're going to be seeing dudes like Mike Conley playing the 3 at Utah. It's going to be a bit of a mess. So they've got to figure out what they're doing with their guards.